Hi, this is Andrew. The research paper I read was Tracing Natural Groundwater Recharge Through the Thiaroye Aquifer of Dakar, Senegal. Dakar is a town in the sub-Saharan country of Senegal in Eastern Africa. The specific area we're looking at is the Cap Vert Peninsula. The Thiaroye Aquifer is part of the Senegalese Sedimentary Basin and covers an area of about 300 square kilometers from Dakar to Kayar. Here's Dakar, and all the way over here is Kayar. So the aquifer spans this entire area. Populations of sub-Saharan African countries rapidly increased recently and are expected to double in the next 10 years. With higher population comes more sewage, so they have to take into consideration the groundwater. Here's a close-up of the sites. There are a total of 39 groundwater sampling sites. The goals of this research are to identify the origin and sources of shallow groundwater, as well as trace the flow via recharge and discharge through the unconfined Thiaroye Aquifer. The overarching goal is to determine the impact of anthropogenic aquifer recharge, which is the infiltration of water from wastewater treatment. Tritium, or hydrogen-3, is radioactive hydrogen, which is the byproduct of 1960s nuclear activity. This more modern water would be expected to be post-1960s and have a 2 or greater TU, or hydrogen activity value. Older water would have a TU value of less than 0.8, with a mixture of the two types of water having a 0.8 to 2 TU range. As you can see on this graph, it's sort of spread out sporadically, with most of it being either a mixture or post-1960s. The delta 18O values were found to determine the rainfall activity and discharge. As we can see, there's higher delta 18O, inferring a greater discharge in low lands and seasonal lakes, as well as Retba Lake, which is a year-long lake. Using piezometers at the water sampling sites, hydrogeologists were able to determine the hydraulic head contour, as you can see in the diagram here. And thus they were also able to find the flow path. I don't know if it's visible. There's these gray arrows, and it's flowing mostly towards these lower wetlands and the lake in this general direction. I think this contour map shows it a little better, how the water table is flowing. Piezometers also measure rainfall by estimating dry and wet seasons using a water table fluctuation model. Here you can see that rainfall is plotted as these black lines, and the model is plotted as this red trend line. And these green dots are the actual water table. And as you can see, throughout these decades, it has stayed relatively consistent to the model. So the results. Environmental tracers oxygen-18 and hydrogen-3 allowed the researchers to determine the age and origin of the shallow groundwater. The groundwater in the Thiaroye Aquifer was determined to primarily be from post-1963 rainfall based on tritium activity. The water table was determined to flow towards and discharge at Retba Lake and seasonal wetlands. Given the knowledge of the sources and flow of the groundwater of the Thiaroye Aquifer, the people of Dakar can make informed decisions about how to properly set up wastewater disposal given their growing population. Thanks for your time.